Alright. I'm ready.
I mean, when am I not?
Alright, last time on
Wait, I'm not ready. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Last time on Curse of Strahd. During your stay at the Burgermeister's mansion, you meet Ismark's sisters. You meet Ismark's sister, Ireena. She is very curious about the outside world and asks you all about your history. You learn that a traveling scholar was staying in the house. Their friend Doru was spending much time with him. It's soon after they travel to Castle Ravenloft to slay Strahd. You discover a page of Van Richten's Guide to Vampires in the room where he was staying in. That night, you all share a dream where a Vistani fortune teller named Madame Eva urges you to visit her at Tasir Pool, for she sees you have a destiny and wishes to guide you. As you awaken, ghosts appear in the streets of Barovia, the March of the Dead, those foolish enough to face Strahd. Before Ireena can leave to the town of Vallaki, their father's body must be blessed and buried. But the local priest, Donovich, can no longer communicate with the Morning Lord. He explains to you that Doru was his son, and Strahd turned him into a vampire spawn and set him loose upon him and the church. Doru is in possession of his holy symbol, and he asks you to put his son out of his misery and retrieve the holy symbol. You find Doru in the Undercroft, gaunt and half-crazed. He believes he can keep his vampire urges at bay, and suggests a test. But upon failing to see his own reflection in the mirror, his confidence wanes, and at the first scent of blood, he attacks the party. So as I think it was Vio pricks his finger, a little bit of blood. Doru begins to recite a prayer of the Morning Lord, but very quickly he is overcome with the urge to feed. And
despite us being so supportive.
He lunges towards Vio. Vogelsuch tries to grab and restrain him, but Doru is a little bit too strong. And we're on the roll initiative.
Woo. Clickety-clackety, roll for attackety.
That's your thing. I don't do that.
Yeah, and I stole it from the internet.
So nobody really owns it, except for everybody owns it.
And
I guess technically the first person who said it, if they put it onto somewhere that they could, like permanently affix it to something, they have copyright on it, but it's probably not enforceable, and they probably didn't register it.
You right-clicked it.
so, as Doru attacks Romaia, kind of steps back and goes, "I'll go get Ismark. He said he would help. And I don't like the vibe of this place." And she goes and runs upstairs to go get some help. In any case,
you think she's in like heels, and she's just been traveling and running this whole time in like just huge heels?
yeah.
Click, 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 click.
And so Jess, I don't know if I said this, but when recording, but she's visiting or someone right now. She may be back a little later, but let's do the combat without her. If she's not here. All right, but Doru will get a surprise attack on Vio. It attempts to grab your hand and take a bite, suck out the blood. The 18 hit.
Yeah, regrettably.
Oh, Vio's a vampire now. We have to kill him.
Oh.
Alright, so you take 8 piercing and 3 necrotic damage. And your hit point maximum is reduced by 3. As he grabs hold of your hand and just laps up the blood. It leaves a bite mark on the palm of your hand. So it's not that. So okay, that's. How much HP do you have?
Currently 8 out of 18.
Okay, so you took 10 damage. Reduce the maximum by 3.
Oh, okay. So
You should be able to adjust the
11.
maximum.
I have.
Cool. All right.
My normal is 21. So.
Okay, yeah. So essentially, you only have 18 hit points.
Okay. So now 11 out of 8.
All right, Grude.
All right. I'm gonna go. There was. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm gonna try Thorn Whip.
All right. Will be at disadvantage since you're within 5 feet of them.
Oh shoot! Yeah. Dang. Well, seems like it's 21 hit.
Well, if it does, yeah.
I just thought of something.
1. Sick.
And you can pull them closer to you. Oh.
Yeah, what were you saying? Fun?
Can you cast Divine Whip through D's?
Only melee
I don't think
spells,
so.
but it has to be out as a familiar.
But it is a melee spell.
Fine Whip? No, it has a or Thorn Whip has a range of 30 feet.
Okay, I don't know. Anyway.
Make
Oh.
a melee spell attack against the target. It has a reach of 30
Oh,
feet.
okay, yeah,
Yeah,
because
so
it never
it is a melee
it
attack.
never leaves it.
Yeah.
I
Holy
thought
crap,
like-
that's awesome. No, I've never thought of that before.
Yeah,
Just
kind
send
of
a
is,
Raven
yeah.
out. send like a Raven out, run Thorn Whip, and have it, like bring him 10
upwards.
feet into the air just to drop him back down. Oh my god, I gotta make a character about this.
Well, 10 feet's not good. Well, do a little bit of damage, I guess.
6 damage. Is it 1d6 damage?
Yeah. Yeah, keep that in mind. But yeah, these has to be out as a familiar.
Yeah, I know. It just a mental thought at the time.
I just always assumed it was range, but yeah, it's melee.
Yeah, I just saw that now.
It's
Oh,
one of
no.
the more unique of the cantrips. So, is he still latched onto my hand?
Not gameplay wise, he let go.
Okay. So, I guess rest my my arm from him then, and just slash at him with my rapier.
All right.
19.
19 hits.
Ooh, 9 damage. I am also going to use one of my abilities to basically Blade Flourish, which or mobile,
Yeah.
specifically, that allows me to wait a minute. Yeah. I can use my Bardic Inspiration dice to deal extra damage to them and also push them away 5 feet. So that is a d6. Ooh, max damage. Okay, so
What kind of damage is that?
piercing.
Piercing.
So 15 in total. He goes. He shoves into Vogelsuch, and if possible, I'd like to move away if he's considered far enough away.
All right.
And your movement is 10 feet. You were 10 feet faster because you attacked.
I'm not going too far away, but
Well, that's good to know.
Is that weapon magical?
no.
Yep. So it doesn't do as much damage as you think it would, because almost immediately his wounds begin to kind of heal themselves.
Lovely.
Love swords bards. Love them.
Would I be able to move away without attack of opportunity, or?
Where did you push him to?
If allowed, I guess, right above Vogel.
Oh yeah, it's within 5 feet.
Okay. I'm gonna circle around and get behind Grude.
Quick, get behind Romaia.
He gets pushed back, kind of scrambles to the ground. He's like on his back, and his like arms twist backwards, doing like the spider crawl, and then like he pushes himself back up. His arms kind of disjoint from their sockets a little bit as it goes back into position. He just goes, give me another chance, I can prove to you. But taste of blood, so sweet, so delicious, satisfying. And as he tries to go towards the living people again, he's going to give a swipe at Vogel with his claws for 16.
That'll hit.
Right, you take 11 slashing damage.
Damage. All right. Thank you, temp hit points.
And he's going to run straight toward Grude and attempt to bite. 15 hit. So 15 hit
Yeah.
Grude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, you take 5 piercing and
Okay.
9 necrotic damage.
Wow.
Oh, goody! This guy has multiple attacks.
Yep.
Grude is half alive.
So your hit points are reduced by 9.
Like max hit points?
Max hit points.
Amazing.
Yeah, boy, this is going to be a fun campaign.
I'll give you a
And
little
a
hint.
short one.
We'll give you a hint. You guys are low level. This is a powerful enemy. So
Yeah.
think about
Did
what
we go about this the wrong way?
Did we remember to quick save before this?
Yeah, don't worry. Totally did that.
Right, Vogelsuch.
He's going to turn and face boy, and he's going to use his form of dread, which is a bonus action. So he's going to basically look at him and be like, "Look at me, I have no blood," and he like spreads a bunch of the straw in his face. Well, I guess he's got the mask on. Spreads a bunch of straw in somewhere that's exposed, and there's like nothing underneath. And he's gonna go ahead and do his form of dread. So first off, get some hit points back. Temporary hit points, 10. And then as an action, I'm going to just take my packed weapon scythe and wail on him. If I move here, Joey, are you now doing flanking?
Not doing flanking.
I'll stay where I am for now. Swing. That should do it. 21?
21. Hits.
Yay! Finally! Give me a good roll. That's max damage. 15 with my packed weapon. I think it's magical.
Pretty sure.
I think the packed weapon makes it magical. I can double check. But I also, my form of dread. Once each of your turns, if you hit a creature, you can force it to make a wisdom saving throw. DC 13.
Wisdom saving throw?
Yep.
16.
It passes. He is not frightened of me. And I think that's all I have. I'm going to go ahead and move up here.
Packed weapons are normally non-magical.
Let's see, do I have improved pack weapon? I do not.
You don't get that until third.
We are third.
Oh, then maybe.
I don't think I took it, though. Well, if you want to keep going, Joey, because I'm sure we can just double back around.
The description of the packed weapon also does not call it magical. It's only treated as magical with regards to overcome resistance.
Yeah, there's an invocation you can get that, or whatever the word is, that
This weapon counts as magical for
yeah,
purpose of
operates.
overcoming resistance. Okay, I shall
Pack to the blade. Transform a magic weapon, which I technically don't have like a magic weapon, so it's just a normal packed weapon.
So is it magical?
No. You can either make a packed weapon, or you can basically they make it so you don't have to take a base weapon all the time. If you get a magical weapon, you can turn that into a packed weapon.
Okay.
But I don't have a +1 weapon or anything like that. So I should have just taken like one of those stupid common items. It's just to make it a weapon.
Things I'm looking at says it's magical, so we're good.
Weapon counts as magical for purposes of overcoming. Yep. Okay.
Yep,
Cool.
okay.
Yep.
Good to know. It's made of wood. Right, Minerva. You can summon your Eldritch Cannon with an action. If you didn't
You
summon
bet. Oh goodness! And so I'm gonna use the Force Ballista version of it.
Okay.
Is where I'm gonna go with that.
So remember, you have the Ballista, the Flamethrower, and the Shield.
Yeah, I feel like because it's a singular enemy, I'm just gonna go Ballista.
Okay.
With that, and so, I can use bonus action. So then I would then.
Yeah, so they use your bonus action to.
So I'm going to move over here, so Grude's not in the way of it. So then he's in line.
Yep.
And I'm going to shoot with the Force Ballista.
Okay.
That's the
That's the damage.
damage.
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
to roll. I think it's a spell attack.
Oh yeah, that was sorry. Whoop. 20.
20 hits. 4 or 10 damage. Is it force damage?
I believe they
That's
are.
That's what it says.
Yep.
Yeah.
The entire room lights up as it shoots this beam of energy toward Doru. When it lights up, and you just see the filth he's been living in them for the past week or so, and then it turns.
Yeah, he's been
all the light
trapped here
disappears.
for a while.
Yeah. He goes, my eyes. Ugh.
He's also a gamer.
It's such a game.
Bowls of cereal everywhere. I was like, oh, turns out maybe he was telling the truth earlier. He's definitely a lot worse now than he was a few seconds ago. That's maybe there's some way to help him get back to where he was. Theo with that holy water. Sorry, Vogelsuch with the holy water. The other
I
one.
do
the
have
medicine.
some. Technically, I said that as a player, like in game. I don't think it got to the point.
Oh,
where
okay,
I knew
sorry.
it, so-
All right. But that would be the end of her turn, just acknowledging, like, maybe he was still okay, and then we ruined it.
Well, he's
We're the
attacking.
worst vampire hunters.
He's
ever.
attacking now. All right, Grude, your turn.
All right. Okay, let's do it. I think I'm going to bonus attack Starry Form.
Okay.
Like bonus action turn into Starry Form.
Ooh, that's a cool one.
Yeah. I'm gonna do Archer.
Right.
Isn't that ranged?
Damn it. With the other, I have.
One's a healing one, and one's like a concentration one. If you do like concentration spells.
Yeah, I think it's the only attacking one I have is.
I mean, it is ranged, but you can still do it in melee. It's just, just be at disadvantage. Or you can take a step.
The form sheds bright light in a 10-foot radius and dim light for an additional 10 feet. So, Grude is lighting up the room right now.
He's like shielding his eyes against it.
So there's 3 starry forms: Archer,
Yeah.
Chalice, which is
Chalice,
the
yeah.
regain hit points, and then there's Dragon. which helps you maintain concentration on a
Yeah, but
spell.
I'm not
Okay.
doing that right now, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess I'll step back. How much damage does he do, Joey?
Well, he does 8 slashing damage.
Oh my
Does
god.
he hit? Oh,
And I want you to give a,
did he hit?
with a 25,
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
and 8 slashing, and he grapples you. It's like, no,
Oh, come on.
keep your sweet
Yeah.
blood here.
So what's the... What do I roll? Strength?
Oh, no, he just doesn't.
He just does it.
Yep.
Cool.
Grude, grapple him back. I have a plan.
Grude is so mangled
It
right
says he can grapple the target, escape DC 13. Is that, Mark, do you think that means...
Is that an attack? Is that part of an attack that he has?
Oh,
or is it
sorry,
separate?
instead of dealing damage. Okay. So, yeah, actually regain the 8. He's gonna grapple you. Yeah. He's gonna
Okay,
grapple
thank
you instead
goodness.
of... No,
That's
no.
slightly less infuriating.
Yeah,
now. Yeah, I was like, oh my
pretty good.
gosh, he's getting mangled. Alright.
Yeah, so you try to take a step back. He's like, no, stay here.
He just like jumps on me.
Alright, so if you want to attack, there'll be a disadvantage. Oh, although, hold on. It said that's a melee attack, a Vine Whip. So it won't be a... Oh yeah, we just discussed it.
It wasn't mind whipping. He was just stepping. Grude was stepping back.
Yeah.
Just get out of it, but I will Vine Whip now. That's one thing I'm definitely gonna do. Wait, no, Thorn Whip, sorry.
Yeah.
Haha!
7 will miss.
His hands are all in my face. I can't see where he is. I assume the 7 doesn't work.
Does your archer form attack even... Oh,
No, I think that
only on a hit, or do you get to archer form when you attack?
I get to do. It's like a bonus action to attack.
When you activate this form, and as a bonus action on subsequent turns. So when you do
Yeah,
it,
so
you
I
get
have to wait till the next turn to
Okay.
do it.
No, you can do it this turn as well. It's part
Didn't
of
I
the...
just already bonus it? I used my bonus action to turn into story form archer.
Right. When you activate this form and as a bonus action on subsequent turns. So it's saying you get basically you get a free attack during your bonus action to do this.
When it
so you
happens,
get
yeah.
it on this turn.
Mhm.
So
Do it at disadvantage since it's in melee.
double nat 20.
Do you see
7?
do you see where the attack is?
Yeah, I clicked it. I guess it just didn't go over because
Alright, what do?
it's at 7.
No,
the-
your archer form.
There it is. Okay. 23 and 22.
It's much better than 7.
Yeah.
Right? That hits.
Click, clack. Not roll damages. Yeah, it's not letting me click the click.
Here, I'll do the click here. Oh,
Yeah, just do it in the
it's not doing it. That's fine.
Yeah, right.
Well, look
How many
in
d8s?
the damage, see what it does, and we'll roll it.
One. Okay, I'll just roll 1d8 and then we'll plus 3 to it. Here we go. 1. Nice.
So 4.
Amazing. Yeah.
What type of damage?
Starry.
It doesn't.
Range spell attack. Here that deals radiant damage equal
Radiant,
to 1d8
yeah.
plus your thing. So
Okay.
radiant.
Plus
There it
what?
goes. Plus 3.
3.
So 1d8 plus your wisdom modifier. So
Okay, so
there must be some massive delay on the
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
rolling.
Okay, so as this
Fun.
starry arrow, he gets hit in the shoulder. You notice that the wound isn't closing.
Ooh.
Oh, I see what's going on.
I get it.
All right, Vio. Because what is this? It burns! It burns!
it burns us, precious.
It burns us, precious! It burns us! Do you know when it's you?
Alright. We're just gonna make you just keep doing that for the next 2 hours.
Can't do it for all.
Alright, I am I'm doing Booming Blade, as well as attacking, which hopefully hits. I'm going to assume that hits.
24 hits.
That 7 damage plus what does Booming Blade do again?
Basically, if they move under their own will, they take damage
No,
while the spell is up.
I was hoping that it also did damage at the same time, but
No,
Oh,
it's
well.
just cantrip, so.
Yeah, it does normal damage. It does your weapon does damage, and then it just basically poisons it.
yeah. I'm not gonna use another. Well, I'll give a bardic inspiration to Grude as well.
Thanks, man. Use
Yeah,
all the help you get.
Yeah, they mean it with that holy damage. Right, Doru. Attacking the last thing that hit him
Wasn't me.
will do a claw attack against Theo, a 17.
Can he do that while grappling?
He can let go.
Grapple, as long as you can do like one hand, basically, because you can grapple with one hand or even your legs.
Gosh.
I'm playing legitimately.
Yep.
All right, yeah, that hits.
When you're grappling, it doesn't mean you're pinning him to the ground. It just means you're holding on to them, basically. So at least as long as you have one hand free. 17 for to do Theo. Sorry.
Oh boy, am I going down?
He takes 7 slashing damage.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad.
You're not a wizard.
No, but I am in single digits.
And he's holding on to Grude, big beefy arm. He's gonna take a bite out of those muscles.
It doesn't even work out. He's just kind of like this.
Oh no.
What?
hmm.
Yeah.
That sounds like somebody rolled a nat 20 and doesn't want to tell us.
Okay, you're actually fine.
Okay, because I was like, "Jeez, come on! I can make a new character."
Oh,
but-
okay, yeah, because hit point maximum, he does crit. Hold on, I gotta add this up.
Jeez.
Roll 17 dice.
Usually it tells you the amount here.
Just take the average.
12,
Yeah, just round down or whatever you need to do.
7.
You come back as D's, so just turns
Okay,
into
yeah,
like
so
a...
he crits. He basically knocks you out.
Cool.
I just had to check the numbers for death rolls, but it's nowhere close to it.
Yeah. So I have 13 health currently.
Yeah, he did 29 damage.
Oh.
Your hit point maximum is lowered by 10.
Yeah, it's 19 or 17
Now
right
it's
now.
9.
But you basically fall to the ground as he sinks his fangs into you, and when he lets go and undoes his unlatches from your arm, it's just dripping this like dark red blood just running down his face, and he goes, "Oh, I've never tasted blood like this. It's so intoxicating. What does other blood taste like?"
Rearrange, dude.
Where's Romaia?
GMO free.
But Vogelsuch, or yeah, the wound on his shoulder where the arrow hit like is not healing. Right, Vogelsuch.
So I'm. How's he looking?
Bloody.
Bloody. Okay. All right. I think I second.
But isn't that just
first.
Grude's blood?
It's like an extra bloody.
So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just bonus actions. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and attack with the scythe. It just comes around over to here, and then just tries to get him by the neck.
Hmm.
Good roll. 13.
13 does not hit.
Like that. I don't think I have any way to add to that.
You gave the inspiration to the wrong person.
Yep. Then I'm gonna go ahead and
You
reach
can use it on
my-
death saving throws, though.
Yeah,
Okay. That's
reach
good.
into my pack, and I'm gonna take out a pair of manacles, and I'll be like, "Hold him still, and we can get him stiller." I panicked. I didn't have anything good to say. That'll be my turn. I don't really have anything else. But I'm holding a pair of manacles.
Give him
Get
the
his
big
arms around the
ouchies.
pillar.
So you have holy water and manacles?
I basically took the haunted one. I took the Ravenloft background, which is basically a monster hunter. So I just had a pack of things that somebody would need to kill vampires.
Yeah, like I
mainly
was,
because I was looking for revenge tools.
I was wondering why you had holy water.
Yeah,
It's fine.
it's cool because it doesn't come in a bag. I carry around a chest.
Yeah, holy water only comes in a bag and
What?
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
yes.
I have a chest.
Right, Minerva.
So Minerva is like, where the hell have you been keeping those manacles the whole time? You've been
In my
dragging a
cleaver.
chest? News to me.
It was literally in my chest, in the straw in the chest.
Awful, it's a pun and he doesn't even get his own pun. So Grude is not looking very good right now.
He's
Do I
un-
need
he's
to do
unconscious.
anything to help him?
Lying on the floor. I look
So
really
there's a
calm.
few things you can do. You can either heal him, you can and he'll automatically stabilize, and like regain consciousness. You can use a medicine check to try to stabilize him so he's not in death saves anymore. Or you might have a spell that does that, like revivify or something.
Because I suppose I have her like machine, and so it's like mending, not people. So I,
Yeah, yeah. I
So I'm-
Basically the same thing.
can't use mending on flesh yet.
Take him.
that sounds
we
ominous.
need to get this. We need to get this guy down.
Because I also because I feel like my medicine isn't the best.
Well, as long as you have a healing potion or a healing spell, it'll work.
That's the issue is I am looking through my inventory and I don't have a healing potion. I have rations.
Yeah.
Well, I know
So
I know I gave everyone a healing potion, but you might have used it. So
Yeah. We used some back in the other games.
Yeah, back in the house.
wonderful, wonderful house. How I missed the house.
Let's go back to the house. Wait, it ate itself.
All right, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna shoot the ballista back at it, so I just moved over so it's a direct line. Also to get away from Grude. Ah, take this, you filthy animal. 21.
20 minutes.
Okay, and then I'm going to. Sorry. Go, 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 go.
Ghosts.
Go, 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 go.
Oh, that's a hit.
Ooh.
Nope, for
max damage.
13 force damage.
13 force damage. Nice.
Only max on one die, but still good.
That's
I mean,
all.
I'm happy we're not doing as terribly as last time. Not to jinx it, because I'm not
Yes.
good.
Yeah, that was your bonus action. You still have your normal action.
Yeah, no, I I guess I could just shoot it with a crossbow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably the best thing I can do right now. So I was like, well, that's shooting. I'll also take a shot with the crossbow for 8.
8 does not hit.
And it just shoots off and into the darkness and clatters.
You're like blinded by the light of your cannon. Yeah, I'm
Note
looking
to
at
self.
I'm just looking at your spell. You have grease, identify, shield, Tasha's. Yeah, not a lot of these aren't super useful for this situation.
No, but maybe I would be better at doing shield in the future. It's a
Shield
reaction.
A shield adds to your own AC.
Yeah,
Dang it. Okay.
which is
But
good
it
if you're.
lasts the entire turn, the entire round.
Yeah, it's good if you've got to take damage. Now remember the cannon shield is more like a force field dome. I think it's like 10 feet.
So this is a quick question about that. And so if the creature is within the 10 feet and I turn that on, does it push it back, or is it then just trapped in the dome with us?
Oh, it's like an energy thing around it. It's not like a literal shield.
Okay, so it
it's-
would just reduce damage on everyone
I think,
within
I
the.
think it raises the AC.
Okay, yeah.
Grants itself and each creature of your choice within 10 feet of it a number of temporary hit points. That
Oh.
would get Grude up if you
it's
make an
temporary.
Eldritch Cannon.
It's
Yeah,
too late because I've
temporary.
already shot it twice. So
Yeah.
Well,
But
if
it's
you
not
use
for
an
next-
action, it will. Well, maybe out of combat.
because I did shoot my crossbow and miss, so I think I'm all out of things unless
Yeah.
I just run to the corner. But I think I'm the only one without dark vision, so I would literally just be running into the darkness. So I'm gonna have to.
Is Grude's body still glowing? Probably
Is,
not.
is that form concentration?
No, I'm
Fairy form.
pretty sure if you're in Caspade.
I will say Minerva's turn is done.
Interchange?
So let's see. Pass it over to.
It ends early if you dismiss it, are incapacitated, die, or use the
okay.
keeper again.
That's
That
not
would be
fun.
funny.
Okay, so if you don't want to attack, you can use a spell slot to basically resummon your cannon, and you can put down whichever one you want. But it
Would I
takes up
just do that next turn?
if you want.
Okay, so it isn't after. So because it wouldn't make sense for me to do it now because I already shot a crossbow
Okay,
and fired
yeah,
it.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so
I know
like
it would be
you
very
basically
helpful.
you basically get one free summon a day, and then you can use a spell slot to resummon
Okay,
it after
perfect.
the fact. Yep. Right, Grude, roll me a d20.
Yeah,
Plus a
20.
D6 if it rolls low.
Okay. Gonna do that.
Yay!
Hey!
Success.
I won.
All right, you get a death save.
Nice.
Not dead yet. Just
Working on-
D's is on your chest, giving you like the Heimlich maneuver.
CPR.
Yeah, CPR.
Heimlich. He never went to.
Yeah, not the Heimlich. The CPR.
Yeah.
He's like banging on your chest, like live.
Don't die on me yet.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. Bonus action. Grude, get back up. 9
Whoa.
health.
You just told me to get up.
Yep, you're at max health now.
Well, okay.
Remember,
With-
you're
with
you're
your-
missing like a lot of
You,
max hit points.
you get 9 HP.
Yeah,
9
that's what I
HP
mean.
back.
Yeah.
If I remember right, their current max hit points is 9.
Okay,
Here I am.
I
Wide
forget.
awake.
I forget on D&D Beyond where you do hit point loss.
If you click current or max HP, it brings up the HP management. There's a max HP modifier at the bottom.
Okay,
Just
yeah.
remember that
Thank you.
hit enter afterwards, otherwise it won't make the change.
So you essentially have 9
There we go.
health.
Got it. It's done.
Okay. Wow, it's like you're level 1 again.
Wow.
And also stab a guy.
Yeah, 19 hits.
Not for much. Though, I am also using my another bardic inspiration. This time I'm doing defensive flourish, where he gets more damage. And all right, three more damage, assuming he gets any of it. And my AC goes up by 3.
Okay. That damage is immediately healed up as you you rapier right in the middle of the chest where you think his heart is. He just looks down as you pull it up, and then Wolverine style, it just closes back up.
Who knew I needed a wooden sword?
He goes, your elvish flits tasted sweet, maybe I'll try you next. And he will attempt to grab you with his claws.
Try the scarecrow.
I already told him I have no blood.
It's a 15 hit.
No! Luckily, thanks
Yeah.
to the flourish.
Slap his hand away. And then, he does that, he's, gets frustrated, and, he yells, it does that thing where his jaw goes a little bit too wide as he lunges toward you for a bite.
I imagine he looks like Bat Boy from Weekly World News.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what
I kind of misread this. You can only bite if he's being grappled.
Oh, okay, it's one of those monsters. Yeah, I do that kind of thing a lot, accidentally.
Grude, I want you to give yourself, 3 hit points back? Because I think that's what the necrotic damage was.
I will take it.
Yeah. You still would have went.
Mushroom.
You still would have went down with that.
Oh yes.
With that crit.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that was wild.
That makes sense why it's a grapple. Okay. Well, good. Okay. I mean, this is probably the only vampire spawn you'll be fighting.
Probably the only one in the whole game.
Yeah. So that means you can't do anything else. Oh, he bit you too, didn't he?
Mine was a surprise round, though, so he probably could have grappled and bitten at the same time.
Yeah, that's fine. Right, Vogel.
There is one thing he can do, though. He can die.
Yeah.
I'm going to go, because we have no guarantee that Grude's going to go back to the story for him, I'm going to go ahead and reach into my chest and pull out my beating heart. I mean, my flask of holy water. And I'm going to go ahead and...
Which I call beating heart.
Splash the creature to throw in the case, make a ranged spell attack on the creature screen holding was it prize was. So I'm gonna go ahead and back up.
Okay. We'll attempt to claw you.
Yep. I'm gonna
16.
I got plenty of extra. 16 will hit.
Right. Again, he instead of doing damage, he grapples you.
Alright. So I'm gonna just go ahead and
Well, he can't really dodge now.
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and make a splash water on him. I'm gonna make a ranged spell attack to splash the holy water on him.
Wouldn't this be a touch attack?
That's what it's different with flasks.
Well, no, it says within 5 feet of you or throw up to 20 feet.
Alright, so it's specific, but I specifically have to make an ranged attack. So I guess it's a disadvantage.
No, it 5 feet. So
Yeah, Joey, I'll leave that up to you because it's a ranged attack. But
in either case, make a range.
Him?
It says in either case, so
yeah. Well, it's a ranged attack, so it would be a disadvantage.
Yep.
Okay, so 3.
that makes no sense.
Well, that's what it says. So sorry. But as you're about to throw it, he grabs your hand and it falls to the it falls and cracks on the floor.
Why the fuck didn't I?
You should have just opened it and poured it on his head.
Joey, can I retcon that? Because I completely forgot something. I have Misty Step.
Sure.
I would try to step away, and then I would just Misty Step before throwing it at him.
Okay.
Yeah.
He tries to
So
grab
I
you,
will-
but it's like grabbing
Well-
at smoke.
He was still grabbing, so I would still trigger. I would still want to trigger the reaction, because that's tactically what I was trying to do.
Okay, yeah.
But because he grappled me, I'm like, floop. Not today. That's my Batman. I gotta get into my voice. But then I would throw it, then take the 21.
Yeah,
A
that
little
21 will hit.
net cunning there, but thank you, Joey.
Yes.
The least you can give me for not having flanking.
It didn't require any re-rolls, so
Yeah. So yeah, he takes 2d6 radiant damage, which I will roll now. 9.
Alright, you get him right in the face. Grabs at his
Howard.
grabs at his face and just starts yelling like, "It burns, it burns!" And he takes his
Power
hand
of
away.
water compels you.
He takes his hand away and his face is just like it's just burnt and almost like he's been hit by like a fireball, you know? Like he put his face against the stove.
Yeah.
Right, Minerva.
Wow, he looks awful.
make him more so.
He's looking pretty hurt.
Ooh, one last thing, Joey. I forgot. Because I am my form of dread, he needs to make a wisdom save.
Even
Sorry,
if you
I
didn't,
only had.
just any attack you
If
do.
I hit a creature with, I can force it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Wisdom save. Natural 1.
Yes, he is frightened of me until the end of my next turn.
Okay. Oops. Does that mean
No, put that back.
if he's inside of you, he gets disadvantage on attacks?
Yep, I'll
Okay.
put that in the reference.
Attack rolls. The line of sight. Yep.
And I will just stay there. I won't move tactically because I've already retconned some other stuff. So now Grude, Minerva can go.
Okay. I'm probably so the original plan was to help Grude not die.
Mm-hmm.
But Grude's looking a little bit better now. He's just missing a lot of himself.
I think that's still half of himself permanently, or whatever that is.
Okay.
It looks,
So
looks
it's-
a little anemic, but
It doesn't feel like I should shield anymore.
Probably don't need to now, yeah.
Yeah, that's what. So I'll probably just no, just keep firing. And so Minerva is just going to. I'm going to crossbow first.
Okay.
And then I'm going to, because obviously the only reason she missed was because it was so bright in there.
Ooh,
14?
just misses.
Oh, I'm getting closer. That's all. That's what's important. Improvement.
He's like
And then-
writhing around too much.
It's doing like that because he can move so fast. It's like a weird, almost like skipping frames.
Oh yeah.
But I'm like, well, at least this seems to be working. And then she'll like command the
yeah, this is a Ray Harryhausen monster. He's stop motion animated.
Now there'd be 9 of him.
So hit for 18.
18 will hit.
All right, and then I'm just gonna go boop boo doo doo with the force ballista.
Boop, boop, be doop.
Boop. 9 force damage.
Right. He is looking hurt.
So when it does the force damage, does it also it seems to also like recover almost instantly, like it's starting to mend itself after it's done?
So he's a vampire spawn. He heals every round.
Okay.
Except if you've been paying attention, certain things cause him
radiant
not
one,
to heal.
Just like the troll back in Waterdeep, except not fire.
But you know the force damage does the full damage to him.
Yeah.
So
No, because I know I don't have anything radiant, so I'll have to keep doing this because it's the best thing I got.
yeah.
Except for maybe acid damage. So right now she's just gonna kind of like touch at the Tasha's caustic in her belt and be like, maybe this will be better next time, because then it might offset the recovery. And that is the end of her turn.
All right, from the stairwell, you hear a voice go, "It's like, don't worry, my friends, I'm on my way." And in his mark appears with Romaia. You will roll for initiative.
Minerva rolled so bad this round.
Yeah.
I thought I rolled well, and then everyone else except Minerva did better than me.
Appears at the stairway. Alright, Grude, your turn. You just got healed up by Vio. He gets a disadvantage on ability check, so if you wanted to help tie him up, Vogelsuch, this would be a good opportunity too.
I would love to do that. Sorry, my mic was up. I just realized.
Okay.
Yeah. So how can I help? You know.
It's basically a strength check against his strength or dexterity, and he has disadvantage.
Okay, I'll. As much as he's an orc, his strength is still not his favorite thing.
Don't worry about it then. Just attack.
Okay, I'm gonna use guiding bolt.
Okay. So you're not gonna grab him?
Like I just don't. His strength he's got like 10 strength.
Yeah, just do what just attack normal.
Yeah. Guiding bolt. 17 hit.
Do a disadvantage since you're melee.
Back up first.
Dang it!
Although he
can't-
doesn't have reaction, so you can back up. Yep.
Okay,
His reaction. Yeah, I popped his
scoot
reaction.
back. Scoot back.
Well, it's 17 either way.
17. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, I forget it.
Radiant
pulls
damage,
the number.
15.
Oh damn! Nice.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see the first one. But 15 damage. All right, you imagine you like scramble backwards, put your hand
Like he
up.
just woke up. Dude,
Yeah.
whoa. Hey.
How do you kill Doru?
With glee. So I think it's like with how you said his mouth was like opening up just like that a little bit too much.
Yeah, well,
Bolt's
now
gonna go like
yeah.
into that mouth and like kind of like the light will like fill it and then spill out and explode out.
Yeah, like his eyes and his mouth kind of start glowing as the guiding bolt
Yeah.
enters his body, and he just starts to burn from within like this holy fire.
On
Just
that, maybe-
as Ismark like gets to the bottom of the stairs, he just watches as his friend gets burned from the inside.
Oh shoot, yeah, they're friends.
And all that's left is a pile of ashes and the symbol of the Holy Lord of the Morning Lord, unharmed.
Oh, dude.
That was radiant damage, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. I mean,
Yeah,
what, like radiant bolt, whatever it's called.
Let me
I was.
check.
I
Yeah,
was,
it's radiant damage.
Yeah, it's radiant. I was gonna hope that VO could then move back, and then finally the booming blade effect would work, because we keep doing it in places where we're all stuck in the center area.
It's like
I don't think that was the one who killed me.
by the Morning Lord, and he gives a little bow. He goes, "What became of you, Doru? What happened? What drove you to this?" He's almost angry at like what he became. Like, why did
I
you
don't
have to
think
be
he
so?
had much of a choice in the matter.
Why do you have to be so foolish? Foolish crusade.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it
Is-
was like we could just blame this all on Strahd, is what it seems like.
He kind of winces when he hears the name. He goes, all too common. What Strahd does to his enemies. He goes, leave the details of his son's death. Father Donovich wouldn't want to know how he suffered.
Very well.
Well, I guess we should at least bring him his royal. No, not royal. Sorry, his religious insignia back up, so then we can have your father Ismark blessed and buried.
He goes, yes. Everyone give me an investigation check. Or a perception check, sorry.
Perception.
Again, I don't know why it's doing double rolls. I'm so sorry.
I'm distracted. I heard.
It does that sometimes.
Yeah,
I
were
can't
you
see
looking in
anything
a corner?
dark.
Looking at your pricked finger.
I will say that I basically just clicked rather than did a drag to like how much actual rolling involved, and just kind of flopped over onto the one.
So Minerva, you're going to check up on your cannon, see how it held up really well. But you notice that there's a kind of, like Doru kind of made a pile of his like belongings in the corner. It's probably the stuff he had in his pocket. Nothing too useful, but you do see a slip of paper.
I will definitely take that slip of paper.
And
The one person without dark vision manages to spot it.
The cannon's probably glowing or something.
Yeah. So it is a note that says cross the River Ilvis Bridge and travel down the old Slavlich Road 300 paces south into the woods until you arrive at an ancient oak tree. There you'll find my hidden cache, and then you see the initials RVR.
Down by the old oak tree.
Minerva starts humming as she's like, "Oh, I think I found something of interest. If we're going through this way, Ismark, is the River Ilvis Bridge an old Svalach road, close to where we'll be going to get to Vlaki?"
You'll know that's the name I can't pronounce is the road that you traveled into Barovia, so you know it leads further into it. And he goes, it's like, yeah, it should be on. It's on your way to Vlaki. Once our affairs are in order, I'll provide you with the map. He says, RVR. He thinks for a moment. He goes, Rudolph Van Richten. Of course.
Oh, the vampire hunter who wrote this book.
No wonder Doru was so obsessed with that man. Kept it secret, too.
Kept it safe.
Kept it safe. Well, whatever's there might prove useful. You can.
What do you think it would be a cache of? What would one like him need?
Well, it seems like probably vampire fighting equipment.
Perhaps we would need that more than anything. I only had one flask of holy water.
Yeah, and some manacles and apparently a chest this whole time. I have not been paying attention to you dragging that around.
I have several stakes.
Ismark does say if you require holy water, the father could probably provide you with some if you make a donation.
Of course.
Oh.
So you go back up from the Undercroft. Who has the holy symbol?
I get Minerva.
Right?
I have a holy symbol.
The one we came down here for, Vogelsuch.
Oh, I don't have that one, I don't think.
Well, of course not. It's right here in my hand. I'm just gonna clean it off a bit. It's not so much just the filth of being in here. I know it was fairly unscathed from what happened to the sun, but nonetheless, I'd rather try and make it a little bit presentable. I'm gonna just like wipe it off as we're going back upstairs.
You see Father Donovich again kneeling at the altar in prayer. He hardly notices you as he comes back up, almost as if he's trying to forget, like what he sent you down to do.
Hello, Father.
He goes, "Is it done?"
She'll remain silent and just kind of look down at the item in her hand and sort of like gently put it forward and say like, it has been completed.
So as you look at the symbol, it's made of wood. It has like the same like starburst, sunburst symbol they see in the front of the church. So you place it on the ground.
So it's still in my hand, and so handing it to him,
Okay, yeah,
like in his direction.
he stands up and walks towards you. Donovich's eyes well up with tears as he clasps the symbol in his hands, holding it so tightly his knuckles begin to turn white. A strangled sob escapes him as he sinks to his knees, cradling the sunburst like an infant. "My boy, my dear precious boy," he murmurs, his voice barely above a whisper. "May the morning Lord forgive me for what I've done, what I couldn't do." He swallows and his face tenses, his expression growing as hard as stone. But it had to be done. For his sake. And for ours.
I can't really imagine the Morning Lord frowning upon you for showing mercy.
But I was not brave enough to do it myself.
Exactly. You showed mercy to your son by not trying to kill him. Yes, your son was cursed, but it was still your son.
That's how I choose to remember him, as a young man full of eagerness, in love, not as the creature that you had to slay.
Good, because he wasn't really himself down there.
I hope wherever you are now, that you'll be able to finally see the sun. I'm sorry I could not give it to you. But he stands up straight. And Ireena is kind of holding her head down. You can tell she's kind of upset by it. And Ismark too is like giving like a silent prayer. And he goes, "I'll be happy to perform the rites for your father." And he gestures out to the front of the church so you can go back to the graveyard.
The Vogelsuch, everybody's probably going around to be respectful. He's not being disrespectful, but he's going around and reading like every grave he passes by. Anyone he can see, just like
Not me, not me, not me.
That's probably what he's doing.
You notice a lot of them are just worn with age and barely like legible.
That one could be me.
I hope that one's not me. His name is Elbert.
Embarrassing.
Let's see if there's a description for this one. Oh yeah. A fence of wrought iron and a rusty gate encloses a rectangular plot of land behind the chapel church. Tightly packed gravestones, shrouded by fog, bear the names of souls long past. All seems quiet, and you would know too. This is where you saw the ghost emerge from the previous night, but they are nowhere to be found. As you enter the graveyard, Father Donovich gathers 4 shovels. He hands them. He keeps one to himself, but he hands one to Grude, one to Ismark, and one to Vio. He goes, "We must prepare the grave."
Whatever you need, man, I gotcha.
Right, so you take some time digging the grave, and he asks Ismark and Grude if they can lower the casket as he recites a verse. He goes, "O morning Lord, Lord of blessed light and patron of new beginnings, we condemn into thy mercy and to thy radiance Master Koylin Indronovich, now departed hence from us and gone evermore into your glory. We beseech thee to grant unto him thy mercy and everlasting peace, as thou deliverest him from this everlasting darkness to infinite light, from pestilence into growth, from shadow into day, and from death into new life. Grant him entrance into your land of light and joy, into the fellowship of thy saints and the brilliance of thy presence, by your will and grace." And with that, he will cast Gentle Repose to sanctify Koyland's remains, to assure he won't rise from the grave.
And while he does, Vio starts playing a requiem.
He does that during the prayer, and again, it's like just any type of music, just like sets off emotions of Ireena and Ismark. And there, Ismark is kind of like embracing with Ireena. She's letting out a gentle sob. And as the prayer concludes, from a nearby tree, you see a swarm of bats fly into the sky towards Castle Ravenloft, which you can see in the fog. You can see from here in the fog in the distance. Donovich
Vogelsuch will
goes,
see that, and then he will use his Hat of Vermin to summon a bat.
okay.
Does the bat also fly with those other bats?
So
So when I do the bat, it basically just tries to get it's a normal bat. It's not a familiar.
Yeah.
It's a bat that now exists. It doesn't like me. It doesn't know me. It tries to get away
it
from
flies in the opposite direction.
me.
But everyone kind of watches the bats as they fly away, and Donovich goes, "It's a bad omen." And he'll instruct you to fill the hole with dirt.
An omen for another day.
Yep. Donovich will approach you, Minerva, since he asks the men to do the heavy work, and the ones that have bones.
And Vio.
Um, I flipped a coin. I wasn't sure. But he says, saying, it's not safe here in Barovia. Where do you plan to go?
Who's he
Oh.
asking?
Minerva.
Oh, sorry. Well, we're gonna go over to. I just said the name. Vogelsuch?
Valaki.
Valaki. It's a Slavic road. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna go head over to Valaki and possibly see what's on the way.
I can recommend a destination.
Yes.
He says, further west, there is a town called Kresik. The Abbey of Saint Makova. Should be a safe haven. Far from the devil's influence. And he kind of whispers, I assume that Ireena is traveling with you.
Well, yes. I wasn't sure if that was supposed to be hidden, but seems like if it was, everyone figured it out already. So no point in hiding it.
Ismark told me of his desires for his sister to be safe. Just be warned. It is bad luck to travel with those of hair of red. Certain ill fates befall those who travel with them.
Oh well, I guess shouldn't have expected to have it easy. But guess it'd be pretty hard to turn down the old girl.
He nods and he goes, it's a kind gesture. And
Also, she'll know where we're going a lot more than we will, I'm assuming.
Ismark from kind of overhears this and he goes, it's a silly superstition. He's just
More
jealous
like-
because he doesn't have any. And Ireena gives a little laugh. And for the first time since you see him, Donovich gives a hint of a smile. He goes, I suppose that's true. Stands up straight and he goes, I wish you well on your journey. He gives a little hand gesture, his own blessing. And he goes, I'm sorry for your loss. And he bows to the siblings. He goes, oh, now I think I have the strength in me to start restoring the church. And as he walks away, he goes, perhaps Periwinkle can help me clean up the debris. Such a nice young
before
man.
he's able to step off, Vogelsuch will step towards him. Mr. Donovan,
He goes,
I was told you could provide holy water. Is this true?
he goes, wow. Well, yes, now that my connection to the Morning Lord is restored. He goes, as a thank you, I shall provide you a veil free of charge.
That will do nicely. Thank you. He'll sort of bow down a little bit, and then
He goes,
turn back to head back to the group. Unless he says something.
yeah, he goes, you are an odd creature. But I sense a rage in you, but no evil.
I wish to only stop those that have harmed me. No one else, no one innocent.
Don't let your emotions consume you. I know firsthand what they can do to a man.
Unfortunately, I think they already have. But I will keep that under control.
He goes, it will take me about an hour to perform the ritual. If you return before you leave, it should be complete.
We will. Thank you. Then he'll bow slightly. And like bow his head, like
Just
tilt
a
his
sec.
hat, and then turns around and heads back to the group.
Ismark goes, I must finalize preparations for the search party to find Grude. And at this point, it's like tradition to have the ceremony take place at dawn. So now it's like slightly after dawn. And Ireena, you should prepare for your journey. He goes, yes, brother, be ready. Be ready by the morrow. Ireena will suggest if you need supplies, the town shop should be open by now.
Healing potions.
Healing potions.
I have but 1 silver. I think that can buy me a bar of soap.
You need it. I actually have no idea if you even smell.
No, well, soap is 2 copper pieces. I could buy 5 soaps.
And soaps don't have a weight to them, so you can hold
true.
unlimited soaps.
Soap is an actual item in.
Yeah, they have when they made the original player's handbook, they did throw in like just because they're trying to be more realistic of things, they do have tables of just things that you could have. And there's some of it are useful, some of it is adventure gear, some of it is just things that you might buy and could do clever things with, such as soap or a block of cheese.
Yeah, they put the stuff in for the people that like survival gameplays, or
Yeah.
for those really weird people that actually touch the disease table.
Yes.
The what?
There are official diseases that people can catch in D&D, but nobody ever does it.
Yeah. There is also a spell that can cause diseases that
Yes.
are called contagion.
But like, for example, if you follow the rules exactly, do not go into a sewer level wearing padded armor.
So, Ireena suggested Bildrath's mercantile to get supplies.
The grumpy guy's place.
Grumpy guy, yeah. If you wish to go there.
Definitely want to take a short nap afterwards, though.
Oh yeah, you'll be able to take a short rest.
Oh, please. I was counting on that with all of my sorry forms and spells. Like, we're in town. I can just sleep this off later.
Short resting.
Yeah. Well,
Vogelsuch will probably just stand outside of the church waiting for that holy water.
yeah. Well, you're basically killing time before Ireena's ready to leave.
Yeah.
Did we go and check for healing potions already, though?
Well, we're gonna RP it.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure that we didn't skip that, because that
Yeah.
feels very important.
Here, let's go to the... I feel like the full screen one's better.
I like short rests. Oh, it's Periwinkle. He's named after a color.
So you make your way to Bildrath's shop. You can see they're kind of opening up. You see Periwinkle moving some heavy crates. You see Bildrath kind of behind the counter, just like looking over some papers. He looks in and go, "Well, you're up early. Have a nice sleep at the Burgermeister's mansion. But it's nice and cozy there."
Who entered
Was
first?
it noticeably that great?
I mean,
Like, it was probably kind of nice,
wasn't
right?
bad, yeah. Probably better than where he sleeps.
Oh, yeah. Well, yes, actually. It was. It was okay. Considering the last house we were in was haunted with ghost children and, like, creatures made out of multiple people.
Kind of is silent for a second, and then he just goes, eh. So what do you need? I assume you're leaving. That's why you're gathering supplies.
Yes, we are. Um, I was just wondering if perhaps you had any healing potions?
He goes, might have a few in the back. But can you afford it? That's the question.
All right, well, sir, how much are they?
He will tell you. Oh shoot, prices aren't here. Healing potions are usually around 50 gold pieces.
Ooh,
How much is he charging though?
Grude's only got 5 gold pieces.
He goes, might be willing to trade if you're a little light on coin.
all right, well, sir, was there anything that would interest you? Or something that you were looking for?
He goes, I'm here to provide the goods to whatever person's foolish enough to enter those woods unarmed. Or, foolish enough to enter those woods. But
How
something may...
much would you take for this? And I'll take out my old leather armor just to sell.
Why do you have old leather armor? Did you get something new?
I have no reason to wear leather armor because of my either my class or my racial trait gives me specific things. So the wearing the armor doesn't actually help me.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
I
guess
have
you'll-
an unarmored bonus because of mage armor.
Oh, okay.
The mage armor just gives me 13 instead of 11. So
That up?
it's not that much. It's like 10 gold
Yeah.
pieces, I think.
He wants my dream journal.
He looks at it, it's all tattered. Because it's probably been, like, rotting with you when you were on that pike for so long.
Many crows enjoyed it.
It's like a feather. Plucks off
Yeah.
a feather. He goes, this is barely worth anything, but I can go with 5 gold pieces.
It's a deal. I will sell it for 5.
Remember,
gold
you have a
pieces.
shared inventory of the things you found in the death house.
Right, so we should sell those things. What we got there? Shared inventory.
We know where you can get some bones.
3 blank books. We have 3 spell scrolls.
Do we know what they're of?
Bless, protection from poison, and spiritual weapon. I think we determined that, obviously, Horus could have used it, but Horus is no longer with us.
We hate that jerk.
I would have liked to meet him. Maybe he's the one who killed me.
Honestly, probably, dude. He like killing a lot of people.
We wouldn't be surprised if he was.
But I imagine if he's dead that I wouldn't still be looking for the one who killed me.
Periwinkle goes, Uncle, do you think those books might be worth anything? You know, the, Vistani travelers, when they come through, they often have books. They like to trade. He goes, let me see those books.
Put the books on the table.
Opens them up. Sees a blank page. Flips again. Another blank page. He goes, "These are all empty. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to sell here?"
Fresh books for the writing. Or
Sketchbooks.
maybe it was made with invisible ink.
Uncle, maybe it's invisible ink. Vildrath goes, "There's no such thing. This Vistani magic is what it is."
Let's use lemon juice.
You're saying you use lemon juice, Uncle. I'm not putting lemon juice on here. It'll ruin it. He goes, but the Vistani might have use for blank pages. Ironically. Yeah, they can write down. Okay, one at a time. Bun?
You first. They're potential future books.
Yeah, future books. You can write down the stories. Bildrath goes, "I don't want you listening to their stories anymore, Periwimple." "Yeah, but Uncle..." And he goes, "They'll put a spell on you." "Oh no, there's just not all like that. But the ones in the bar, they're very nice." He goes, "So you willing to part with all three of these?"
Grude doesn't care.
So.
Yeah, dude, just take him. Well, not just take him. We want compensation for that, but like, yeah.
Well, as a personal friend of Ismark the Lesser, I can offer 20 gold pieces for the set.
20 for 3 books.
Goes,
I have made my purchase, so this is on all of you. I was not there when the books were found. They are yours to decide.
Yeah, I think that's, yeah. Let's do this. Shake on it.
They're just empty books,
No,
everyone.
I just want to remind you that they're worth 25 each.
Are they?
Yeah.
Shoot. Okay, I
Yeah.
did not.
Who has a praise?
Yeah, because as soon as he said the personal friend of Ismark, I was like, oh, we're going to get the worst price imaginable.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, who's charismatic is not I. Anyway, because he's gonna screw this up. Oh, Romaia's really good at it.
I have no sense. I have great charisma, but I have no sense of, monetary things. But I'd give it a shot.
Romaia is somewhere else, probably back at the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's working.
Yeah.
Oh, she's on the corner outside the bar.
She's been here for less than a day.
What
Charity
kind
has a
of
job there.
lady you think she is?
A whore.
A working lady.
High class whore. High class.
If only Jess is
Money.
here. So he's offering
What
you
was that?
20 gold for each for all 3 books.
Don't you feel
How about
that?
all 3 for 1 healing potion?
He goes, "Well, the math doesn't quite add up there, does it?"
That can be said for a few reasons.
So if you want to bargain with them, you can give me a persuasion check.
That would be what I'm doing.
That persuasive VO. Come on.
16.
He kind of falters a little bit, and he goes, "Ireena, she's not going with you, is she?"
Why would she go with us?
Periwinkle goes, "We'll make sure she's safe if she's leaving town. Don't you want her to be safe, Uncle?" He goes, 40 gold pieces.
We could always just take the books with us and sell them to the Vazani ourselves.
Give me another persuasion check with advantage.
Eh, 13.
He'll go. Fine, one healing potion, but one of the old ones.
Wait, do they age? Best before date?
Does the magic separate like oil and water? You know,
Yeah.
like over time.
You had to mix them up.
They love putting expiration dates on everything. It's like, exactly how does a pill go bad?
Right, he'll give you one healing potion for the blank books.
Turns out one of the books tells you how to make cheap healing potions.
It's easy, everyday household objects.
I will go ahead and remove the 3 books from the thing.
Right. He says, "What about
Somebody-
those? What about those scrolls?"
Somebody add the healing potion, VO, since you did the talking. I assume you can get it. You can take it.
Okay.
Just to check things over, Bless can be used only by clerics and paladins, of which we have none.
So I kind of do a house rule.
Okay.
Scrolls can be used by anyone.
Oh, screw that. We're keeping them all.
Yeah. I think it's kind of silly that they can't. Especially since there's so many classes, like I don't think it's very fair. But yeah,
Vio gives the healing potion to Minerva, just in case.
Yes.
yeah. So I want you to put it in your inventory then.
Owls. They are wise. I heard some owls on the soundtrack.
Bildrathis nods, goes, "Yeah, I guess."
He just says stuff like that.
It's like, will that conclude our transaction?
How much does this deed to a house buy us?
He goes, "Deed." See that? Takes out puts on reading glasses.
Wait a minute, I can't read.
He goes, "Who are the Durst?"
They signed the house over to these fine gentlefolk.
He goes, "This address isn't even in town." He goes, "It's worthless." Throws back.
There's nothing else in here but a will. He hands the bag back to Grude.
For like after it's like this isn't even that close to here. It's like, where the heck were we with that house, man?
I guess you did find Vogelsuch before you got into Barovia, so it must have been a bit of a walk.
No, you were in Barovia, past the gates.
Okay.
Right.
It's like, were we even in a house? It's kind of weird.
I think in the original game you are in a house inside town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Changed it up a little bit. Periwinkle goes, if you're leaving town with Miss Ireena, make sure to keep her safe. She has pretty red hair. I always liked it.
We were told it's bad luck to travel with red hair.
Oh, I don't think so. She's very nice.
The rest of her is good luck, so it evens out.
Bildrath goes, "Now, if you excuse me, we have to... Some real customers are coming." as you go to the empty streets of Barovia.
Yes, thank you for your charming services.
Alright.
Where to next?
Not much to do in town otherwise, but Ireena didn't we'll say yeah, light breakfast before you head off to the chores.
Once again, Vogelsuch just sits there in front of his eggs and bacon, not doing anything.
Yeah.
It's a light breakfast, egg and bacon.
Egg and bacon.
Egg and bacon.
But you kind of had some free time, kind of the first time since you've arrived, where like you don't have any pressing matters or mysteries to solve, so you actually have some just time to yourselves and kind of like process what has happened over the past couple of nights.
Vogelsuch would like to take this sort of downtime to just sort of wander around town. See if he gets an inkling towards his favorite question. If anything stands out for anyone who might have be the one who killed him. Won't go around just asking everybody that, just whenever it seems relevant to whoever is near, or just see if it just anything reminds him of anything. So he's just gonna go around.
Give me a like investigation if you just want to wander around town, but since you're alone by yourself, when everyone catches sight of you, they enter the nearest building. And you hear like 100 locks, lock.
12.
12. I mean, nothing looks familiar. The only thing you see familiar in the town is like Castle Ravenloft, just high up on the cliffside. Just it's just etched in your brain. It's such like a landmark.
Does this angle from like where the town is? Does this angle look the most familiar, or am I just like?
No, it's just the castle itself.
Okay, yeah. Mainly,
Wait,
I'm trying to like I was in this area that his memory doesn't, or silhouette.
There is this one guy that looks familiar. Oh wait, no, that's the statue.
But the rest of you, do you want to talk amongst yourselves about anything?
Because Minerva's trying to figure out, because I'd like to infuse item, but I'm not really sure, like I keep trying to look for what is, like, infuse it with what?
Oh, your item infusions?
Yeah, infuse item?
You'll do that in your... If you want to change them, it'll be in your character editor.
Because I'm just trying to see, like, what do I infuse it with? It just says it gets infused, but it doesn't say with what.
Right, what infusions did you pick?
Whoop.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
So you get to kind of flavor it however you want. Like if it's a +1 weapon, you can say, "Oh, I discovered a special oil that can make it sharper." Or if it's
that's the thing, Joey, is that some specifically need an item to infuse it to, rather than it just being infused to something you find.
Oh yeah, it'll usually say.
Right. So what were the infusions that you picked for your character?
So I'm having trouble differentiating between, like, it saying these are my infusions. So I can see all my spells, but I can't see one that says infusion on it.
Yeah, well, it's not going to be under spells. It'll probably
It's under your inventory. Hold on, I'll bring up your sheet.
Yeah,
Sorry, can you repeat that?
in your inventory.
I think it's in your inventory.
It's a tab underneath.
Oh yeah,
it's all equipment.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Low
So
attunement, yeah. Well, that's a good way to do that. Okay, so you have repeating shot, and then on the right it tells you what you need or what you've infused it to, because it's done with attunements.
yeah. So I have no item, and I have a enhanced weapon and enhanced defense.
You've also apparently got a wand of magic detection.
Yeah, sorry, now you have
Sorry.
repeating shot and you have a wand of magic detection. If you want to switch that out to enhance
then I can
defense
use-
or enhance weapon, you can. Like you can
Okay,
give
yeah.
you can give VO a +1 rapier if you want to.
Okay, yeah, but just really quickly among the party, how I feel like is a wand of detection like good? Like I feel like it's good.
In certain
We're-
situations.
If you want to detect magic, then yes, because it basically casts it without using a spell slot.
Yeah.
It's good when we're in a dungeon or a creepy, haunted house or something like that. Or if some weird thing is going on, or if we're trying to loot things.
So I think whenever you level up, you can like switch out one of the infusions for a new one. Like if you didn't want the magic wand item, then you can like make that another infusion if you want. But for now, this is what you have.
Yeah, because after hearing Vogelsuch's scythe about how it would have improved if it was a magical weapon.
I'm not sure if this does the +1 make it magical.
Plus weapons are considered magical, even though they are.
This it makes it magical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are considered to either be of a magical nature that does the extra damage or of a very fine crafting, but mechanically they are both considered magical.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's why I was interested in like, oh, well, I could technically make
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
a magical weapon, so then it would have
Yeah.
done. Because I'm also not entirely sure what
So-
you're trying to do with that.
So if you wanted to give Vogelsuch a +1 weapon, it'll technically be on the next long rest, but you can do that, but you'll get rid of the wand.
But yeah, because that just clears up how to use it a bit more. Because I just kind of didn't really fully understand it, so that's
Right.
cool. But that, all right. So I'm gonna leave that alone as is.
Oh, you're gonna leave
Yep.
it alone? Okay. And since you can't really cross character sheets with the infusions, you'll just have to make a note that one of them is being used for a magic weapon if you choose to for another character.
Yeah. So just put it down as Vogelsuch.
Yeah,
and
but
then,
you can decide that next session.
Yep. Okay, cool. But now I understand where to find it, which is great.
Yep.
Cool.
Well, I was kind of offering a space if you want to kind of catch up on like the character situation of being in Barovia, if you wish, because I haven't really done that yet.
You haven't really had a processing time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vogelsuch will make it back after his time walking around and be like, I don't think this is where I was killed. Or possibly was from.
Well, I don't think this is someplace that I want to be for very much longer.
We will be leaving within the day.
Well, no,
So
not
you
like
may
that,
not
Vogelsuch. You see, I'm
Yes?
not from around here, and I'm not sure how I got here, so it makes me a little bit more unsure about how am I going to get home.
Were you killed before coming here?
I don't think so. We did we all did a heck of a lot to make sure we didn't die. We even saved a bunch of dead kids' bones and buried them for them, but it's just upon walking through the streets we were surrounded by fog and then we ended up here, in Barovia.
That is not uncommon
Well,
for this
concerning the
area.
people that I know, this doesn't really happen to them very often, so I'm used to it being very uncommon.
I hear Karen coming out.
Yeah.
That's not
I mean,
even like.
Can I speak to the manager here?
You speak to Strahd, the manager.
I did not choose to come to Barovia.
I do. I mean, we have established that like Minerva is just kind of like what the hell is wrong with you, Vogelsuch? Learn some manners. So it makes sense.
Yeah.
What if you can't leave? They said that nobody leaves Barovia. What if this?
Oh,
is your
I'm
new
sure
home?
determined and try and figure out a way. How?
You did hear that the Velaki are able to leave, are able to come and go from the mist.
Maybe
But
they'll
going
have
to
some
the
answers
mist-
for us over in Villaki.
Going through the mist does not necessarily mean you can go home. What if it only brings you to somewhere else?
Well, there's a good chance it's going to be better than here.
Agreed, dude.
If you
How
remember
are you doing, Grude?
remember the conversation, like Ismark um, believes Barovia to be like in another plane of existence
Well,
now. And the fog is
he
like
was
it's like prison.
he was not familiar with what did you call it? The Sword Coast
Sword.
Ward. Is that where you're from?
Yes. But have you at least heard of Faerun?
Have I heard of Faerun, Joey?
You basically only know that this is
Barovia.
Barovia. You don't know what's outside.
I don't believe I have. I don't know if I've forgotten it or never knew it to begin with.
That's true. If people have been stuck here for hundreds of years, even if you originally came from the same continent as us, nobody would still remember, most likely.
I do hope whoever killed me is in Barovia somewhere. Narrows the search.
I mean, it would make sense that they'd still be here. Because then you'd be able to. The whole reason you'd be summoned back, I assume, is to be able to catch them. So then, I think that that's a good sign that perhaps they are here and you will find them. And maybe, figure out why you were killed and, maybe you kill them or get some sort of other justice,
Well, what happens to you if somebody else kills them?
I don't know. I assume I would be satisfied. I guess if I disappear one day, become a still scarecrow again, then you all can take solace that my vengeance was fulfilled in some way.
Might take a while for us to notice. Yes, we will be quite happy for you.
Vio, Mr. Vio, are you a musician or one who fights with music?
Yes.
What was your first trade? Was it the fighting or the music?
It was the music. The fighting comes with the audience.
Or having a giant weapon?
That too.
Did you have to fight them off after your concerts? Were you such a big star that they would scramble on the stage, swamp you, and, try to get at you? Then you had to fight them off.
No.
My imagination always did seem to run wild with ideas.
Well, one thing, Vio, is it seems like there's absolutely no music here, so I'm sure every note you make is appreciated.
True, the lack of competition does make it interesting.
Corner that market.
I'm unsure how interested people around here are for it. Beyond Ireena and kin.
Have you tried playing on the street? See if anybody comes to listen.
I was planning on it, but then you scared everyone away.
I have that effect. It is in my nature as a scarecrow.
I suppose. Though I was thinking more of what we saw in the tavern, where they just seemed soulless, just nothing in there. Music requires something to resonate off of, and if there's nothing inside, then there's nothing for the music to do for you.
Well, it seems at least Ismark and Ireena have some soul left.
There is that. I still wonder, and uh, he seems far too adamant to, and with this, her traveling with us. And at the same time, he says the roads are dangerous, but he wants her safe.
Well, after seeing what they did to Daru and all the destruction around, seems like, and the giant army of ghosts, feel like maybe this place is so dangerous that even something that's mostly dangerous seems safe.
I think that the ghosts may just be like a reminder from him. They didn't really seem to do anything.
Yes,
And
but that's not necessarily a good way to sleep every night.
true. Well, locks help, but uh, and Daru actively went out of town to. Uh, so
They raided the
that's a bit
castle.
weird. Yes, but
Retaliation. And a warning. The
yeah,
ghosts, the spawn, sending them back, make a example of them so others wouldn't try.
I think the army that attacked would also into that too.
That's just retaliation.
I still not sure what to think about those wolf tracks we saw either.
Trained animals, perhaps.
He said they were spies, but they very specifically around his house.
Is Mark told you that wolves, bats, and rats are nearly all of them are considered like under Strahd's control?
Yeah, and Avia's pretty much just pointing out that it's like they almost encircled the house at some point.
They couldn't get in. Perhaps they weren't meant to get in. There's no way of knowing.
True. Another warning, perhaps, especially to the leader of this place.
Do you think they wanted Ismark or they wanted Ireena?
Or either. Or
Well,
neither. And,
if they wanted one of them, then that's going to change how dangerous this is. If they are tracking Ireena, then it's going to be much more dangerous for us, her bodyguards.
this means we'll have to walk fast.
I will try to keep up.
Oh no, they took Minerva.
It's too busy tinkering with something while walking.
You're just having, like, where are you having this conversation? Just walking down the streets, or are you in the tavern?
Making
I
our way
assumed we went
downtown.
back to her house, but
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You're kind of hanging around the Burgermeister mansion, but you notice that Ireena is absent. And around noontime, Ismark comes back to his house, and he goes, well, search party is ready, and they're gonna search the surrounding area for Gertrude. He goes, but fear the worst, but we have to try. You haven't seen Ireena around, have you?
We thought she was back here, preparing to leave. We have not.
You say it's like some time has passed where she had definitely gotten ready already. And she goes, but Ismark goes, if you don't mind, if you can maybe look for her. There's a I think I might know where she is. There's a small hill right outside of town called
I thought it was dangerous outside of town.
well, it's fairly close, like right outside of town. Called Uganda's Knoll. It's kind of one of her favorite spots to be alone. I think it might mean something important to her, but that's her business. If you don't mind gathering her up and we can prepare for your journey.
Okay.
That's your message. Yeah, if you want to go to Dead Man's Murder Hill. But yeah, I do pass through the sea of tall grasses north of the village. A gentle knoll rises before you, bordered on the far side by the clutches of the dark Savage woods. Svalich woods. Plants with white, feathery flowers and a sweet, earthy scent seem to dance amidst the grass atop the hill, their leaves rustling in a whispering wind. A lonely tree stands atop the hill, its gnarled branches reaching skyward like outstretched arms. Beneath its shade kneels a female figure, her gaze fixed upon the ground. You recognize this quite obviously as Ireena. And
Or do I?
unlike before, she's in her full traveling gear. She's in her chest plate. She has her rapier. She looks like a lot more like the picture that I showed earlier.
Oh yeah.
I don't have a background for this, so
Brings to the map of the overworld.
not quite yet.
Okay.
But you see her kneeling in front of this tree. What do you do?
Should we wait here for a bit? Or
Should we go like say hello? Do you think she's done her thing? Do you?
I can go up and get her.
Okay, no, dude, you can just wait back here. You're a little abrupt sometimes.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So
Oh, that makes it easier.
Don't
Are
worry. You can. You're not bothering me. You can come.
okay. Cool. Cause I just thought that maybe you wanted to commit to yourself. Like that's cool. Yeah. We'll come.
walk up to Ireena.
Yeah.
Vogelsuch stays back because he was told to stay back.
Did my brother send you?
Yeah?
He went to make sure you were okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just got lost in thought. And as you get closer, you can tell that she's like digging a small hole in front of the tree.
What's that for?
Oh, this obvious hole sitting in front of you? I'm glad you asked. No. She goes,
It's for you!
She
Turns
goes,
out Dee's passed away last night.
Oh, yeah.
Bury him in the small hole.
Oh no, geez.
I had
The only
I had
troll
a
of Barovia.
pet goldfish.
Luckily, it was replaced with an
I had a
attack
pet-
replica.
I had a pet goldfish named Ligma. No,
was that short for something?
You kept him in 2 bowls, didn't you?
yeah, Ligma bowls. No, she goes, it's kind of silly, I think this, but before my mother died, my adoptive mother, we buried keepsakes in front of this tree. She goes, I guess she knew maybe she wasn't long for this world. Never buried it up until now, but I think now that I'm finally leaving Barovia, that it's time for me to remember my past a little bit.
Well, that's nice. I wonder what she had left for you.
He goes, I barely remember. This is kind of be a surprise for all of us. It's been 14, 15 years since she passed away.
My, you were quite young.
So since I don't know if I'll ever be home, I want to remember and keeps them close and safe. Saying you're welcome to open it with me.
I will say, as a almost stranger, it feels a little bit intrusive, but I'm glad to be supportive.
Oh, don't worry. And she digs a moment longer in a small wooden coffer. She able to dig up. She goes, well, let's open it up and see. She opens up the
Time
chest.
capsule.
The chest contains a silver bracelet set with gemstones, a pressed aster flower, a wooden charm in the shape of a yarrow flower on a leather cord, and a handkerchief with floral patterns. She goes, oh, I haven't seen these in years. She picks up the flower that's kind of pressed between the wax sheets of paper. He goes, I remember when me and Mother found the most beautiful flowers. It's almost unheard of here in Barovia. We had to save one. She puts it aside, picks up the charm. She was a healer, my mother. She wore this when she was an apprentice at the church. She looks at the handkerchief. Oh, I remember this, and it's kind of the handkerchief, but it's not very nice. And she goes, Mother helped me sew this when I was little. Never quite got the hang of sewing. But it meant a lot for her that I learned. And she picks up the bracelet. She kind of looks at it blankly. And he goes, I don't have much of attachment to this. Guess there was no way you would have known, but Ismark and Colin are not my real family. They found me in the wood. She kind of glances towards Ravenloft, saying, near the base of the stone that holds the castle. They called me a miracle child. Apparently, Mother couldn't have children, and she found me. She looks on the back of it.
Just comes on up. Vogelsuch comes on up at that point and it's like, no, you're adopted.
She nods, goes, yes. But for all intents and purposes, they were my family. I don't remember my real mother or father.
What matters most are the ones that you grew up with.
She's kind of admiring the bracelet. It's actually very, very nice. It bears an intricate pattern of the moon with stars along the exterior. And a gem embedded at the center of the moon, and 5 lapis lazuli serving as the stars. She goes, it's quite nice. She kind of looking over, and she goes, oh, I've forgotten. There's something inscribed on the back. She reads off the following engraving. It says, Titania, may you find your path, and may you find light even in the darkest places. Mother and Father. She goes, none of us knew who Titania was, or why I had it.
No one was able to find any of this out.
She shakes her head. Goes, no. No one named Titania here in the village. But it was found so far away from it. Who knows if it even came from here.
Perhaps we'll find on our travels. And there's always the future that will bring knowledge.
Well,
Have you ever been to any of the other towns around?
Villaki, never ventured far away from Barovia, at least ever since, I was adopted into the family. Never even been to Vistani encampment near Tasir Pool. But she kind of says, perhaps we could visit on our way. We're gonna have to make camp anyway. It's a safe location.
We had that same idea.
She goes, oh,
There's that one we
dream.
mentioned with the dream, yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you dream. Madam Ava. She stands up. She goes, as pretty as this necklace, as this bracelet is, it is a bygone relic of a life I don't even remember. She says, I understand my brother didn't offer any payment to escort me to Villaki, but she presents the bracelet.
You sure?
Perhaps this will do for payment.
It's still pretty.
He goes, I insist.
Well, thank you.
So you can put a silver bracelet. Your shared inventory worth approximately 100 gold pieces. If you wish to sell it.
It is very pretty silversmith.
Mm-hmm. It's actually like very well made. Like it's definitely not like a peasant jewelry,
Got lapis lazuli in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody loves that character.
What?
It's a precious gemstone. Anyways,
It's a
Crystal gems.
It's a blue one.
the blue one. But one thing is, I think we should keep this, as it says that silver helps deter at least vampires, maybe the other undead as well. We could possibly use it as a defense
Must
later.
find a way to silver weapons. Definitely. Not just against vampire, but werewolves. We have werewolves.
Why wouldn't you?
Oh, great.
Before we return to my brother, I just want to get everything out in the open. No secrets.
Are you a werewolf?
I was thinking the same thing.
No, I'm not a werewolf.
Phew.
Oh, we're rat.
I don't think
I'm a were-tiger.
Well, it just keeps getting cooler.
Urakashka.
I'm a werecrow. It made out of straw because it sounds the same. It's never. Shut up.
Anyway. Should go, sure your brother told me that a vampire has taken notice of me. And it's no other than Strahd himself.
Are there other vampires in this land that are not spawn of Strahd?
I don't believe so, but I know some of his brides are quite powerful, but kind of like regains her composure. And she removes her red scarf. And you see very clearly 2 bite marks on her neck. And she goes,
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Are you a vampire?
It's pronounced vampire, dude. Like, we've been here together. Everything from Vogelsuch is just building up with Grude because we had to spend the night again. So it's like, dude, like, vampire, whatever. Honestly, you were wearing that scarf. I thought maybe. So I'm not too surprised about that. More surprised about how he said vampire. But let's do this. Like, Okay. How do you feel about? Explain how this happened. I'm
May
actually very.
may I continue? She goes, I am twice bitten by Strahd himself. He goes, if you wish to know what happened one night during the raids, after this vile, bloated zombie emitted this putrid gas just wandering the towns. Everyone was afraid to go out in the streets. But that night, the undead left. A knock at the door, and there was Strahd himself. Of course, everyone knows he puts up finger quotes rules with vampires. They can't enter a house of residence, but a simple charm spell. We invited him in. He took me to my room, and she kind of like goes quiet. I don't remember much what happened, but
I think that's okay.
he bit.
You don't have to say much more.
Thank you, but regardless, that night he bit me. We boarded up the windows, the doors, but we didn't do the second story. And he appeared as a fog of mist, a cloud of fog. Bit me again a couple nights later. And nothing since, and that was about a week ago. We don't know what interest he has in me. He didn't say much. But I understand why my brother wants to send me away, far away from the castle as we can. Far away from Strahd.
Well, that does explain a few things.
To be honest, I wish I could stay, but help rebuild. But
Do you have a thirst?
he goes, no, once you are thrice bitten by a vampire, that's when the curse takes hold. Then you drink from the vampire's blood. That's when it's permanent. Talking out of character, I believe if you drink the vampire's blood, then you become a full vampire. Otherwise, you become a spawn. But his brides might be full vampires. I'm not 100% sure. And she goes.
We'll never run into them to find out.
Yeah, I have no desire to become one of his brides.
Well, it's a plural, so he probably has too many anyway.
The attacks did stop after that night, though. Once he bit me. And maybe he didn't want to hurt me. I don't know. I don't like to think about it. But hey, you get to go on a trip with a redhead. How do you feel about that? Think you can handle it?
I think so. Fiery as you may be.
If any bad luck comes our way, I know you all can handle it. Take care of yourselves. Thane, we'll leave for Vallaki in the morning. We should reach the encampment at Zazir's pool by nightfall. Then Vallaki the following day. Guess we should make our way back to the house. Mark's probably worried.
The boarded up house. Yes.
Yes. Though he may already be on the search for that missing person.
Knowing him, he would probably want to say goodbye.
Yep, let's get going.
He'll probably return the following morning, yeah. So you all head back to the Burgermeister's mansion. You'll go take a long rest.
Long rest, yay!
Do we regain maximum hit points?
Yes.
Yay, even more!
So you all gain 400 experience for burying the Burgomaster's bones. You did not help Doru, so you don't gain that hit points, but it wasn't that much, or XP, so it's not that much.
But we killed him. Do we get
Killed
XP
him.
for killing
Well,
him?
no,
That's
for
technically how
murder.
Monster.
Wait, murder's bad in
Murder's
D&D?
bad, yeah. Don't murder. What do you think
Really,
this
murder
is?
if they're a vampire spawn? They're technically undead.
So, like I said, if you want to switch out your infusions, you can't get a new one, but if you want to switch them out, you can. Like, since you're going like on a dangerous journey, you may want to give either armor or a weapon to someone. Maybe
Yeah,
a
Yeah,
good idea.
you don't switch out the infusions. You switch out what the infused items. Essentially, you're basically
Yeah.
just infusing something different.
That's what I was saying. You don't get new ones.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah,
get.
you have 4 of them in total, but you can only equip 2.
Yeah.
You can switch out which one you have equipped.
Because the other one is the repeating shot with my crossbow, which
I suggest keeping that one.
yeah, that's the one I get. So it has to be the wand of detection, magic detection that's gonna go.
The crossbows, I always thought they always got the short stick because bows do not require you to reload, but crossbows do.
Yeah, but that's
There's
why
an extra
crossbows
crank
do like an
system
extra.
Most.
Yeah, well, mechanically, crossbows do a dice higher.
Longbows are also, I think, a martial weapon, so not a lot of characters can use them.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like you don't need the like proficiency or anything, but you can use it easier, but it takes a little bit more.
We still need proficiencies, but crossbows is a simple weapon, I believe.
Yeah,
so
it's
like
almost-
almost every class can use one.
Point and shoot.
Yep. But we can talk about that next time.
Yeah, because I'm probably gonna switch out that for Vogelsuch's scythe,
Okay.
where I'm
Do
aiming
that,
right now.
or just if anybody needs armor.
So
'cause-
can you turn a magic weapon into a packed weapon? We were talking about that earlier.
So here's how it
Yes.
works. You either basically create a packed weapon. It's just a normal weapon that is now a packed weapon. Or if you have a magical weapon, such as a +1 weapon, or let's say I've got like a Scythe of Warning, I can turn that into my packed weapon. They do that so you can still have a weapon with the.
Oh, I'm thinking
magic
of okay.
property.
I'm thinking about last time I had an Artificer in a party. They asked if they can put a +1 to a +1 weapon, and turns out you cannot.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, an interesting thing it mentions, though, is if you ever want to basically replace a magic item you've turned into a packed weapon with a new one, the old packed weapon gets destroyed.
Mm.
So, if you say it's like you can't simply just hand it over to somebody else as your like a hand-me-down.
Yeah.
It just gets disintegrated.
Also, if he makes like a magic like a magic magic axe that has a special thing into a packed weapon, only he can use it. Can't give it to someone else.
Yep.
Mm.
The fun thing with if it's just if it's a normal packed weapon and not a magical one he's converted, he can also change it into any other category of weapon as well.
I also have a pitchfork that I can use as a packed weapon as a trident. Mechanically a trident, but pitchfork because hayfields. Scarecrow. All work together.
Makes sense.
Also,
Always good to have a variety between piercing and slashing because of resistances.
Yep.
You were saying?
at this point, Ireena will join the party.
Does Ireena level up?
Yep.
She's going to be level 2.
Or just to be clear, you're not leveling up. You're still
You're
level
right.
3.
Ireena levels up.
Yeah.
She's a level 20 commoner.
Yeah.
She-
Ireena is a sidekick, so she'll level up with you.
Yay!
He's basically kind of like a roguish expert class. So right now she has a rapier and a crossbow, and as a bonus action, she can give the help action, which basically gives someone an advantage.
Is she romanceable?
We'll see.
I-
Why did Vogelsuch ask that?
Once you go scarecrow, you never go back grow. I don't know.
He's the true bard.
So yeah, so
No,
she uses the psychic rules just like Deez did during that one battle, which she's going to basically be in your party until she's not. So
Okay.
you'll
So
all
we
have
should basically just take the long way there so we can do everything else with a sidekick.
yeah. So you can do all the side quests with an extra character.
So I do complain about the artwork of her, probably from the artists, or unless it was altered with this custom version of the module. But she's carrying a short sword, not a rapier.
But rapiers look
mean-
cooler.
I mean, she could switch them out. She just, just pull carry
I know,
short
just-
sword for now. When she got her portrait taken, they didn't
Well, in
have
the
any rapier.
official work, yeah, it looks like she has a short sword. In the fan artwork, she has a rapier.
And rapiers are much thinner.
All right, but that's what we'll call for tonight.
Yay!
So I'll put Ireena on the home
Well.
screen.
We did it. I kind of feel like there was more we could have done with Daru.
So I think I mentioned this last time. It's basically how much encouragement you give him. And since since everyone was like, "Hey, we need to kill you. This is why you're evil."
We were pretty discouraging.
I basically said,
I mean, he was talking about how, eating blood and drinking blood or whatnot, and,
and I basically rolled a d6, and since
Yeah.
and everything but a 6 would have been a failure.
Yeah.
So
We also saw what he did upstairs, and that's not really a good starting, or not a good way to break the ice.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what would happen if we were supportive and stuff. And I mean, we don't have to know now, but maybe at the very end when we do a recap, if we do, go into
Would have given
what-
us a Wand of Orcus and I think Vecna's left hand. Those are really good items.
I was gonna be
That's
like
the
this
joke.
because you
Yeah.
said Vecna. I was like, I know that one.
I recognize
He's getting
that
his
word.
own adventure.
He is. We'll never get to play because we'll be playing this for the next year and a half, whatever.
I mean, here's the thing. That's a level 10 to 20. I don't know if we could handle that as... we could probably do it as players. I don't know if we could do it as DMs. Once you hit, tier 4, level 17, combat is just different.
Like,
Not
we-
even once you get to that. That's just straight up. It's a different game
Yeah,
altogether.
I've never
roughly
played
around,
that
level
high.
15. Yeah, it's...
Or you can toss a dragon at somebody, and it's simply just to slow them down.
yeah.
I mean, a long time ago, those Eberron books, eventually things you're running, Mark, I just looking through them, and it's
Yeah.
if you're a weak party, take away one dragon. I was like, oh my god.